Surprise parties. I hate them. They always suck. And no one ever tells you, oh, it's a surprise party. So on every single order that we send out, every single quote, it says delivery is 1 to 3 days before event, not on date of event. Every single one of them, it says it on there. So, you know, they should see it. I understand not everyone looks at everything, so they don't see it. So on Sunday night, I email everyone and say the delivery times based on where they're located, based on what size tent they have, based on when their event date is. So we just did a surprise party. We just got finished with it, heading home now. But I email her on Sunday night and say we're delivering Friday so-and-so time. And she's like, no, this is a surprise party on Sunday. It needs to go up on Sunday. And I'm like, okay. You know, to myself, I'm like, oh my God, this sucks. I hate it when a tent has to be up at a specific time and you have to rush. And if it's during when you're doing other tents, then you have to like maybe go from one city over to the next city and then back. It just messes up your whole schedule. So I'm like, all right, we can do that. It's $50 more. I would probably charge 75 to 100 generally, but I knew my Sunday had nothing going on, so I just had that one tent, so I charged 50. And she's like, I don't know, I don't want to do that. I'm like, all right, we can do it Friday at 4 then. And she's like, it's a surprise party. So we went back all week, and then Friday she finally decides Sunday at 10. And I say, okay, 50, it's an extra $50. So we get there, we do the tent. She comes out with her paperwork, the old paperwork. And I'm like, no, it's this new paperwork with the $50. And she goes, all right, I'll be right back. And she goes in, gets her husband. Mind you, this house is a mansion. And her husband comes out and he goes, so it's $30 for delivery and another $50? I'm like, man, it's Sunday. I talked to her about this all week long. We don't work Sundays. I mean, sometimes, typically we do. Right now we haven't been because there's not that much work. So Saturdays and Sundays are off. Mondays and Tuesdays are pickups. And like, also it's the day after 4th of July. I had to pay extra money to get this kid in. And he's like, yeah, but we didn't know that. And I'm like, yeah, you never told us it was a surprise party. He's like, yeah, but we didn't know that it was going to be extra delivery. I thought you were going to set it up today. And I just said to him, look, right here, this has been on here this entire time. Delivery is 1 to 3 days before, not on day of event. And he's like, oh, okay. He's got a freaking mansion and he's being pissy about $50. Anyways, he paid it. I just generally hate surprise parties because of that. It's a tight time schedule. It sucks. It messes everything up. And those people just expect you to drop whatever you're doing and go. So I get about 3 of them a year. And most of the time, they don't tell us until Sunday night saying, hey, we're going to deliver this time. No, you can't. It's a surprise party. Well, maybe you should have told us that beforehand. Maybe you should read the contract a bunch of times or look over everything and see that we don't deliver on the day of your event. I don't like to do that because it's too crazy. I want it up at least the day before. That way, if anything goes wrong, if we forget something, if they want to add something to the order, then we have time. I don't want to be rushing in the morning to get done or have something take longer at one place and be delayed getting to the next place. It's not fun. I suggest not doing surprise parties. And I guess we could ask every single person who books, is this a surprise party? But out of 1,000 people, 997 are going to say no. So it's not like a typical question that we ask. But anyways, that was just me being frustrated. I hate goddamn surprise parties. If it's a surprise party, tell us. And then we can just say no, we don't do it. Thanks for watching.